The award-winning Kauri Museum at Matakohe is one of New Zealand's foremost theme museums. Located just 90 minutes north of Auckland, off State Highway12 and en route to the ancient Kauri trees of the Waipoua Forest. The Kauri Museum tells the stories of the pioneering settlers through the theme of this mighty Kauri tree, the second largest tree in the world. How it shaped the lives of these pioneers through its superb timber and its highly sought-after resin or gum. The many galleries of the museum show the trees themselves, to the timber they produced, and the buildings, furniture and crafts they inspired. The displays focus on the makeshift settlements around logging camps, the gum fields, and the lives of the merchants who are amongst the few who could afford to buy the fine Kauri furniture or beautifully carved gum. It also records the museum's wonderful collection of arts and crafts devised from the gum of the trees, and houses the largest collection of Kauri gum in the world. Displays include a huge 22-metre slab of Kauri, a replica of a working sawmill, restored operational machinery, a completely furnished 1900s Kauri boarding house, panels of New Zealand native trees, and magnificent early New Zealand furniture. A pioneer church, school, and post office are part of the complex, along with vast collections of original photographs and pioneering memorabilia. The Tudor Collins wing shows an extensive series of early photographs, providing intriguing windows into the past. Here you'll find beautiful Kauri furniture, one of the finest collections in the world, and lovely timber panels, which include samples of all New Zealand's native trees. The Ross family wing shows magnificent timber panels, beautifully made carvings, busts, and marquetry pictures. Downstairs are the most fascinating displays of Kauri gum, the transparent lumps of resin that form when the sticky sap of the Kauri tree hardens. This gum, which was used to make varnish, can be polished to a warm, lustrous finish that looks remarkably like amber, right down to the occasional insects trapped and preserved for thousands of years inside. And this collection is the biggest and most beautiful collection of Kauri gum in the world. The Stirling wing shows a fascinating recreation of a quality 6-room home circa 1900, fully furnished with original decor and very lifelike models dressed in period costume. All mannequins and lifelike models featured throughout the museum are based on real people. They're made from facial imprints, which have been taken from descendants of original settlers to the area. This is typical of how Kauri was used for building homes and for making beautiful furniture. Keep an eye on the mannequins. Occasionally, you may see more than you expect. The Smith wing shows huge Kauri logs and displays real equipment for felling trees, transporting logs, milling timber, and collecting Kauri gum. There's a blacksmith's workshop, plus the Nico gum digger's hut, and a model dam to admire. The wing also has fantastic pioneering memorabilia on display. In the Volunteers Hall, you'll find the world's largest Kauri slab. It's a huge 22.5 metres long. You can also see gigantic rings showing the sizes of the largest known Kauri. There's a striking balustrade around the stairs and mezzanine floor. You'll see amazing murals and displays of pioneering scenes. There's also beautiful Kauri furniture to admire. Sawmills were established in the late 1830s, and soon there were numerous small mills around the sheltered harbours of Northland. An operational steam mill's been reconstructed and demonstrates how logs were sawn into timber. Saws, flat belts, countershafts, pulleys, and steam engines all move. Lifelike mannequins bring this concept to life. Large sawmill machinery, including a bandsaw and cant-frame saw planer, demonstrate changes in technology. Technology changes are also shown in a fascinating display of 120 chainsaws. Displays in the operational machinery hall depict the changing times in Kauri country. Here you'll find the tools which mechanise the old Kauri timber and gum industries. If you like the whirring of engines, the best day to visit is Wednesday, when local engine enthusiasts volunteer their time to come in to tend to their old girls, including a 1929 Caterpillar 60. The Automatea boarding house is a two-storied, life-sized replica based on the old boarding houses of the Kaipara district. As villages sprang up and commerce took hold, boarding houses became a necessary feature of the landscape. They accommodated the traders, gum buyers, land surveyors, bankers, travelling salesmen, dentists and shearers. The mid-north could only be accessed easily by boat, so everyone stayed a night or two at a boarding house whilst waiting for boats. Each room in the boarding house is populated with antique furniture and lifelike mannequins telling their own particular story of how they came to be staying at the boarding house. Matakohe's first original school building gives a great glimpse of early education in New Zealand, which began in Matakohe in 1878. Church-going was a major part of the pioneer settlers' lives, and the wooden church across the road from the Kauri Museum was built of kauri in 1867 as a non-denominational meeting place used mainly by Anglicans and Methodists. The old Matakohe Post and Telegraph Office next to the Kauri Museum has been restored to demonstrate the role of the country post office as the centre of every rural community, providing communication with the outside world, and the telephone exchange, which depicts how the isolated farms were linked with their neighbours and the world beyond. The largest selection of Kauri products can be found in the museum shop. There's an extensive range of gifts, crafts and souvenirs, and all proceeds help to fund the continuation of the Kauri Museum. The Kauri Museum, New Zealand heritage at its very best.